Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. This episode is talking about current events of Kanye, which now is going on for 2 weeks, and it is the third week in November, and people are still talking about him. And I'm reviewing some things, and I want you to hear this little part of his song. Nobody's caught on to this one. Rolling. Alright, so it says in this white man's world, we are the one that's chosen. Let me see if I can play it again. Now, that's in a song. I'm just pointing it out. Really, this audio is supposed to be about something else, but I was just looking through Kanye songs because I don't know his music. But I know I've seen his his footage in commercials. I've heard his songs in commercials. Dior uses his music in their perfume commercial with Charlize Theron. And then there's this power song. I'm not sure where I saw it, but I think in a commercial. So anyway, let's listen to that one more time. So, what can I say? This is playing on duality. Like regarding Bobby Hemmit info, this is playing on duality because if you look at the imagery in this video, first of all, in case you didn't know, Kanye is walking down a corridor or hall. And that is representing the Hall of Records. That is representing a temple in Egypt. That is, Bobby Hemmit has mentioned the Hall of Records, which means it is the collection of ancient texts that tell you about the origin of the world. Let me take a look at some other things in this. I can't see it very well. I might have to backtrack it. Kanye is wearing, I believe it's the Horus on his necklace. I mean, this necklace is like huge. I think it's Horus, but I'm going by memory because I'm looking at a phone and the phone's very small. Then you have, what is this goddess? You have these goddesses. There's different versions of Isis, but the ones with the horns, I think it represents, it's Hathor, excuse me. I don't know why I'm a little bit slow to explain this because most of my audios are completely unscripted. I didn't pre-think it, I didn't pre-write it, I didn't pre-plan it. I just said I'm going to make an audio. And this one, I completely did not plan to make this at all. I just was looking up his music. So anyway, and then you have the angel, which is really you. But the word, the occult decoding for angel, according to scholarship, research by Bobby Hemmit, is the word angle is a cover up for angle of light. So that is what you have in your soul, in your pineal gland, is an angle of light. But they cover it up and say angel. And what do we know about angels? They have a human form. They're like half God, half human. So that is a description of you, because you are in the material world as human, and you have the God energy in you, in your DNA. Your true nature is a complete God, but because we are trapped down in a world, our Garden of Eden that we created, which is the earth plane, we're trapped down here without the knowledge of knowing that we ourselves are gods. All that has been covered up. Religion has cemented that in people's, religion has put the cemented seal on the minds of people, such that you do not know that you have the God energy in your DNA, and that once upon a time you lived as a God. So I think that's all I'm going to decode about that. Hall of Records, Necklace of Horus, Hathor deities, which is a mother energy, and what else was in here? The angels. Now, hopefully this will be able to get played, because I only looked at part of it. I've only played a little bit of his music. We're the ones chosen. Now, I would have to look. Let me see if I can mute this. Let's see, mute. I don't see how to mute this on the screen. I'm only looking at a phone. It doesn't have the mute right there. So let me go ahead and talk through this. See if there's anything else I see. It's hard to see. It's hard to see. Anyway, I'm talking over this, so there shouldn't be any kind of copyright. I'm talking on top of it. I can't see too much other things. So anyway, he's talking about his power. The thing is, they let him do that and pay homage to him and build him up through the ego mind, which is what has us locked down here. And he thinks that he's an elite somebody. Oh, they know that they are on the level of a god, but they are the powers that be control them, so that they never go against the powers that be. So they feed their ego with money and the idea that you're better than the people buying your records. So that's all I'm going to say about this. That ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And we're going to see if they allow this to be uploaded without copyright. I did talk through the entire video. I did slow it down and distorted the singing, the music, and I used less than 30 seconds of the clip of the original song, which is supposed to be allowed for educational purposes, and this audio is for educational purposes. The end. Okay, here's an addendum to the audio. I just caught something here. Not really anything new, but Kanye is promoting, color division. I'm not going to repeat it myself. You can just listen to it. Alright, so anyway, it is what it is, Color division, even though we know black people come in a variety of shades, it is what it is, and I'm just sharing it. That ends another episode of what I learned from Bobby Hemmit, and what you can take away from this is that the battle is spiritual, and the battle happens in your mind. The battle is to possess your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind only accepts information. If you're not discerning it spiritually or know the occult truth, you are accepting false knowledge, but that is creating the reality that we're living. Your mind is the battlefield. More specifically, your subconscious mind. Even saying the word white supremacy gives power to that, because it's a belief, it's a label that you're using. And I caught on to this just a week ago from somebody else's video. So, a takeaway from this is don't even say white supremacy. It's white inferiority. It's non-supremacy. It is any other terms that you can use to make it the opposite of what they have everybody in the world thinking. So that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. The end.